Hello and welcome to an Orwell Fan 84 video production. And by video production, I mean I literally sit in front of my computer by myself in my apartment, rambling on for minutes upon end and boring everyone that watches the video. If only I was kidding. Now, I know it's been a little while since I posted a video here on YouTube, and that's because I literally have no ideas to make quality videos. Okay, well, actually I have some ideas, but they all kind of fizzled out in the end, so I decided they weren't going to be worth anything. But when I was thinking about videos, I look back at some of my old ones, and I realized that I have done a lot of videos where I've given you guys my opinions on various subjects, but you don't really know a lot about me. I didn't really give you guys any indication of who I am as a person, which sounds incredibly conceited now that I think about it, because it's like, oh, you have to know me as a person because I'm somehow fantastic. No, I most assure you I am not fantastic. But it does, at least to me, seem to make sense that you should know a little bit about who I am. Now, I thought about ways of being able to do this, and I realized that the best way to give you just a little indication of who I am as a person would be by telling you stories that absolutely humiliate me beyond belief. Although, considering the fact that I generally tell this story to pretty much anybody that I know, I suppose it really can't be that embarrassing. Now, I was a pretty curious kid when I was younger, and one day when I was 10, it was about maybe 9:30, 10 o'clock in the morning, and I was sitting in bed, bored. I was up, but I didn't really want to get up because it was a Saturday, and I knew if I got up and went downstairs and started getting ready for the day, chances are I'd have to do, some kind of chores, and let's be honest, I can be quite lazy sometimes, back then and now, and so as a result, I really didn't want to get up. So as I'm sitting there thinking of things to do, I happen to notice that my alarm clock that I use every morning when I want to get up, especially for at this time for school and everything like that, was flashing like it had been unplugged or something like that. So I go over and I look and I realize that, well, it hasn't been unplugged, but it's just that the plug is a little bit out of the wall. And for some reason, I don't even know to this day why I thought this, but I looked at the plug that was kind of pulled out of the wall and I thought, I wonder what happens if you take a penny and you touch it to the plug that's protruding a little bit out of the socket. I suppose now would be the time to say, don't ever try this at home. So I go pick up a penny from my little bowl of change, and I get ready to touch it to the little part of the plug that's pulled a little bit out of the light socket, when, thank God, or whoever, so thank somebody, but I decide, maybe I should drop the penny onto the light socket. So I position my fingers and hold the penny about maybe a foot off from where the plug was pulled out of the wall, and I drop the penny right onto the light socket. What do you think happens at that point? Sparks come flying up. They fly up in the air. I fly backwards onto my bed, almost fall off my bed entirely. And after a couple seconds, it stopped, and I thought to myself, I think it's time to get up now. So I go downstairs, and I'm going to, go all the way downstairs. I'm on the top floor, so I want to go down to the basement. I go to flick on the light. It doesn't work. I say, okay, 10 years old, turn off the light, figuring maybe if I hit the switch again, it'll go back on. Turn to flip the light on? No, it doesn't work. Yours truly managed to blow the entire electricity out downstairs in the basement of my house. Needless to say, I ended up having to tell my mom what I did, and yeah, I was pretty much grounded. I think that was the day when I officially realized that I was insane. And so now, many years later, even though I'm still curious about how a lot of things work in this world, and I am pretty much still as insane as I was back then, there is one thing that I learned from the whole situation, and that's this. Don't ever tell your parents that you blew out the electricity by dropping a penny on a light socket. Blame it on faulty wiring or something. What the heck was I thinking? See you next time.